Tunstall, Dean of Design. Welcome to Instagram Live. I am here with the amazing artist, Stay Relevant.
What's up? Malcolm, Emilio, Stay Relevant. Give thanks. Thanks for tapping in.
And so I've been hanging here for a few minutes or so, going around the gallery, getting the explanation, but I thought it'd be really important for him to share with us the principles, the 9 principles that sort of relate to his work. And we'll kind of do sort of a go-through of the work, but I want him to talk about the 9 principles. So I'm going to turn this around so that there's actually a better camera. And
all right,
say hello to the world. Trinity Square just joined. Hi, Trinity Square.
All right, hey, Malcolm, Emilio, give thanks. So, these are the 9 perspectives that I've chosen to apply into my life to harvest and harness life force energy, right? It's free. Life force energy is abundant on the planet. So the first 3 would be reason, intention, and purpose. And I feel that naturally with everything that you're doing, every interaction that you have, and everything you connect with, just having a reason, your own intention, and a purpose that contributes to your life and the community around you. And then the next 3 would be awareness, creation, and preservation, right? Every day with the age of information, there's so much information coming in that we're becoming aware of new things. So to be able to be aware of something, create from that awareness, and preserve it to ensure that the next generations have access to it. So for the last 3 is cultivation, holistic medicine, and sustainable living. I'm sure that cultivation will ensure that we have access to our own food and are able to consistently, procreate and propagate and preserve seeds, right? Holistic medicine providing an alternative to Western pharmaceutical medicine, just to give you a more holistic approach at healing different illnesses. And then sustainable living, just a coexistence with the earth and the planet that allows you to be more harmonious with how the ecosystem works more than anything. And yeah, those 9 perspectives: reason, intention, purpose, awareness, creation, preservation, cultivation, holistic medicine, and sustainable living. In any way, any which way that you choose and are able to apply that into your everyday life, I'm sure it'll give you a boost of life force energy. So
how does it make manifest in your work?
In my work, naturally,
Actually, someone from Empower Circle said, how did you come up on these 9?
Those 9, so okay, that's a great question. When you think about Nikola Tesla and him having he had figured out the AC current. It's a 369 in current flow that works in. So when I think about that, I think about, well, how do we harvest free energy? And the 369 perspective came from that, from having a 369, and 9 is completion, and it definitely, those 9 just have been in alignment with what's been working out for me, for my journey, and for everyone I shared it with, so I'm grateful for that. It's definitely, it hasn't really, it's just been able to, it has so many layers to it. Like every day you really discover a different way to apply it into your life, really, and you see it happening around you. I definitely feel it. So it's something that I know I will carry with me, and not just for this exhibit titled Life Force Energy, but for the rest of my life and anything I do and represent. Definitely gonna embody and be able to share the perspective of life force energy, for sure. Yeah.
And so people are saying, I want to see your work, which means you have to come down in the next 2 hours?
Yeah, it's the closing today.
Yeah, closing today. Liss Gallery. What's the address?
112 Cumberland.
112 Cumberland Street. So get down here now.
Yeah, pull up. Give thanks. Yeah, you can take a quick whatever.
I'm gonna take a quick.
Just a teaser. Give them a teaser. This piece too, I didn't have the glyphics onto it. A lot of the pieces actually in this exhibit that I added the glyphics to. There's a piece that I had done a few years back that as well I just felt like the glyphic represents a part of my story that maybe I didn't know how to fully express in that time. But now I'm able to fit it in. It's almost like a lot of these paintings were waiting for it, or had left a space for me to just come and just fill it in, right? So it manifests itself naturally now that I have like so much more intent with it being the expression of the skin pattern and stuff. I wrote that in one of them, and just that being something that when I think of just a current of energy, I think of those glyphics being able to represent that. So
yeah, it's a thing where it reminds me of like the design of motherboards.
Yes, yes. I worked with Ras G a lot from the African Space Base, and he worked with Sun Ra a lot, and he would always tell me that these pieces were kind of like, like he would say like these are the insides of motherboards or something, like for the spaceship motherships and stuff like that. That's a vibe with that. I'm grateful. I'm really, even the portals too. I explained it on my IG one time, but all of these portals really do, like they all come with that intention of, you know, like I would think of a community, which is the square, and then I would think of, you know, the north, south, east, west, or even just 4 different families, and each one representing a natural resource or an element of some sort, and then maybe each family just leaving, one member leaving that foundation and going to share it with the world, and then coming back and bringing what they shared and creating a new foundation. And then every portal is kind of different after that, because I feel like every generation always changing. So yeah, those expressions are really coming like with real intentions. You know, I've channeled hundreds of them, and never one has been the same. They've all really just come from me being able to access, I would say, an ancestral memory bank or a stream of consciousness that is allowing me to just have such fluent inspo for them. Like just give me a wall, give me something, and I can just do one that's never existed. It's just gonna come into the 3rd dimension just like that. So I'm really grateful just to have that with this expression. To be honest, it's just giving me my own original stamp and my own original expression for sure. So this series is called Cosmic Crop Circles, and I've always been fascinated by the crop circles, especially when they try to say that they don't know who did it. And I feel like anything that they have referenced aliens doing has obviously been us. So whenever I hear them say that, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is me. Now I can continue to do them. So yeah, they really, to me, they were energetic expressions of what I could even say were maps, or just pieces that someone could engage with and really get their own feel and allow it to take them to their own place. And there's a consistency in it that really, it allowed me to further explore like these pushes of paint. When I started, that's why I said I forgot my tool. When I started, I was about 17. I saw like artists, even the Montreal artist Jean-Paul Riopel. He used to use oil and palette knives, right? And I saw that at that young age, and I guess I was kind of like, I want to do something similar, but I don't want to use a palette knife. So I got a cucumber skin, and I cut the cucumber skin really thin, and I would use that to move the paints around. And I'd use that to kind of just, really use the chlorophyll or the liquid in the fruit to just, I don't know if it dilutes the paint a certain way, but it just moves it. And I kind of said, this is me. So all my work has kind of stemmed from that, but I never really said that was the basis of my process, because after about 22, I kind of stopped. Okay. Yeah, I stopped, and I really just began exploring with other materials, and other stuff was around. But the basis of any of my work, when you see the color blends, whether it's behind a painting, like all those behind the paintings, or any form of just like blend of color, that comes from me using cucumber skins or watermelon rinds, and really just exploring that I want a palette knife effect, but with something else.
Something natural. Yeah,
something natural. And I've been plant-based for about 10 years, so it definitely just aligned itself with what I was doing too, you know what I'm saying?
Like
go to the park, eat some fruits, make some art, everything is just flowing so perfectly. So that's definitely...
And why on the suede?
First of all, You know, I've been exploring different mediums other than canvas for a few years. You know, I've been painting on linens, hemps, I like silks and different materials. I'll stretch them right over the canvas, just like I would canvas. And it really, once again, it just gives me a new feel and allows me to be different. That's really what it is, because it's always that feel from young. I just don't want to do what everyone else is doing, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta get a circle canvas in here, I gotta get a diamond shape, I gotta just try to put my own spin on everything. And I realized the feel that it has to me was amazing. Yeah, it feels so good to me. And it was just a whole new experience from don't touch the painting to, you know, okay, you can touch it, just make sure your hands are clean.
Hand sanitizer,
yes,
white gloves.
Right, so it definitely, and it also, the way it holds the paint is very different too. Every fabric that I guess explore on holds paint differently, and that's allowed me to really like explore different layers of that too, because you become more curious on how many different, I guess, surfaces you can use your pattern on, right? I had a different piece, yeah. It was like one of the crown pieces that I had made and one of the ankhs that I had made.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I have a couple series around alternative thinking at Bloor and Bathurst. I don't know if you know alternative thinking, really cool spot if you haven't checked it out. But they have in the back a whole collection of my work with some crowns, some orgonite, pyramids, some tower busters, and just really intentional home pieces that I made too, like centerpieces.
And did you bead that yourself?
No, this one was given to me as a rites of passage when I was in Colombia as completion for a journey when we're doing different ceremonies. I think that was like a 4-day ayahuasca ceremony. The ancient mamas, you know, you go out, gather a few different things on the list that they give you, and I guess you can bring them back and few different, I guess, rituals and then completion, and I was given that piece and I wore it for so long and then it kind of just broke, so I brought it back to life with this. So this piece isn't for sale. Like a lot of these are really just to show. Like I really tried to use these as, you know, my museum cultural preservation pieces so that I could really educate and really just share that part of my story so that they don't say that this wasn't happening or that we weren't building, recalibrating solar reflexology suits, and, you know, really tapping in. Like all of this is it being aesthetically, visually pleasing. It's very medicinal, functional work as well, right? This is all tools that can be used very intentionally to recalibrate the body and assist in just maintaining the body's vitality and vibrational current. I've been studying vibrational resonance, resonance meaning movement, for about 5-6 years, and being able to mine these crystals up in the mountains and be with a few elders where I was really get some first-hand experience on how I could just bring this to my generation and make it more relevant. So yeah, that's really what I've been doing. I haven't shown this stuff on Instagram, but there'll be a time and space when I feel like I'd rather just show it on my website. I didn't want to dilute it and put it on those platforms because I feel like they don't.
You can just go.
Yeah, it doesn't serve me the right way. Yeah.
Although, if you ever do want to sell one, I really want that one.
Well, the thing is too, they'll definitely go to like very, you know, special people with intention, and also ones where like if you see it, you can say like I want something like that, and I can do custom pieces. That's what I like doing too, is seeing someone see something and be like, oh, I got this idea, but maybe with this and this and something else here, so then I can kind of recreate one that fits their spirit directly. Yeah.
Well, I like that one because of the pyramid tiara
Right,
shape.
yeah, it's so powerful. That one right there, it's so beautiful.
And some say I might need to channel my energy.
Got you. Grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful to be able to show a full body of work in the gallery, you know, and really get a chance to tell this story like this. I felt I've done a show every year with the gallery for about 6 years, and it's not up for that long, or I don't really use the whole gallery. So it's been really good to kind of